so I hope that you had a very long, very relaxed ass weekend. I know that I did, but it's time to get back to the mess. It's time to get back to the mess.
Give me your wig. Give me your wig. You don't know what to do with it. Give me your.
Y'all already know my usual announcements. I just put up another episode of the Expression Podcast exclusively on patreon.com/AdrianExpression. All the topics and questions and stuff that I got to discuss on that episode was really cool. Thanks to the patrons. So yeah, check it out. Also, Avatar Adrian, y'all already know what's going on. I just reviewed the latest episode of House of the Dragon on youtube.com/Avatar Adrian. Get into it! It's content everywhere, okay? Don't you hate it when they conduct, I mean, of course they have to conduct research in order to just, like, you have to do research. That's non-negotiable. But for them to present it in the media as this new, like, groundbreaking discovery, look at this graph. The biggest roadblock for Gen Z and millennials is affordability when we're talking about home ownership. Now, if you see, what's the highest one? That's the barriers to home ownership. That whole say not enough income. Anytime, it's just real quick, I'm not gonna like get into a whole damn discussion about this shit, but it's just so funny every time, like, people are telling you like what they're struggling with and what they need in order to alleviate their difficulties. Like, bitch, it's obvious. We've been saying this shit over. Oh, bitch, we ain't got no coin. This shit is too high. Price is too high. Inflation is crazy as fuck. And then all of a sudden, like, oh my god, did you know? Yeah, bitch, of course I know. I don't know. I'm glad y'all doing research. But catch up, mustards, goddamn. Speaking of wanting answers, I really want to know when Chris Rock and Dave Chappelle are gonna be done talking about this goddamn slap. And I understand that if you are actually hilarious, if you're actually funny, if you're actually skilled in comedy, you won't need to milk a situation like this because there's just so much new material coming in your mind and in your brain if you're talented that it's just like, okay, address the shit and be done with it. But I guess they're touring together, and of course they had to circle back around to the slap, to Will Smith's slap, because like I said, what material would you have if you did not continue to milk this? So Dave asked Chris Rock, did it hurt? Like, did the slap hurt? Chris said, goddamn right, the motherfucker hit me over a bullshit joke, the nicest joke I ever told. Dave Chappelle also said this, Will did the impression of a perfect person. I think it was Dave Chappelle or Chris Rock. From the sources I'm checking, it's Dave Chappelle who said this. Will did the impression of a perfect person for 30 years and he ripped his mask off and showed us he was as ugly as the rest of us. Whatever the consequences are, I hope he doesn't put his mask back on again and lets his real face breathe. I see myself in both men. I love how these niggas like pick and choose when you're supposed to get buck and crazy, right? Especially for these men who be performing masculinity for every other man they see. Because in any other scenario, it would have been like, oh, so you just gonna let this man talk about your wife like that? You a bitch, you just sitting down there and taking it? I'm not gonna reiterate the same things I've been saying 10 trillion times already. Y'all already know. Y'all already know I'm on Will's side, especially with the shit that Chris been saying repeatedly over and over and over and over again. But Dave Chappelle apparently talking about, oh well, Will Smith is just as ugly as the rest of us, blah, 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 blah. And it's like, nah, someone's soul gotta be really tarnished and corny and ugly, Dave, for them to be just as ugly as your soul is. Like, that's just, I don't get it. But then to act like, oh my gosh, she's just this disgusting, nasty person he was pretending to be. No, y'all projected this. I mean, we can have a whole discussion about that, but y'all projected this image onto Will and Jada, and they were very honest about, I don't understand, like, Will and Jada were very honest about what they were going through, the struggles that they were facing, blah, 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 but y'all projected this perfection onto them, you know? And because somebody snaps after you talking shit about their wife, because somebody snaps, does not automatically mean that, oh, they're just a shitty person. Like, that's the way that Dave was talking, and it's like, no, some people have stank-ass, nasty-ass souls, Dave, with your transphobic ass. I don't know why we're trying to compare and shit like that, but I mean, Will got ejected from the academy, so many canceled projects, blah, 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 blah. Done apologized so many times, even though I don't think, like, bitch, you was talking shit about his life. Like, I don't get, like, if you're gonna do those things, in my opinion, if you're gonna do those things, like, just don't be surprised by the reaction. Like, just be like, okay, You know? I just think that if you are actually skilled in comedy, if you are a real comic, like, you will not need to constantly milk this situation. Especially considering all the shit Will Smith going through with it already. Like, you know, like, there's nothing else in that, well, I guess, you know, that noggin is, when you tap on it, I know it's hollow, but like, there's nothing else in there. You get the slap, like, there's nothing else in between those firing synapses. Nothing else you can come up with? Okay. I thought this was so cute. Obviously, I can't play the music, but the fact that Usher, I think he was in Las Vegas doing like his residency there, but he brought up Tevin Campbell and they were just singing, like going back and forth with their voices. And I thought this was obviously really cool because Tevin deserves his shine, blah, 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 blah. Y'all know. I literally did a whole video talking about him. But I thought this was cute too because recently Usher said that he would not be doing a versus. He was not even thinking about doing that shit because, quote unquote, he's cut from a different cloth, right? He's cut from a different kind of material than these new guys out here. And did he lie? Did he lie? He didn't lie. He did not lie. When that voice starts voicing the rest of these men, I'm sorry, a lot of y'all fans, they be hiding. Completely understand why he would say that. And I think that, you know, the Tevin Campbells, the people who sing like that, the singers, they're cut from the same kind of cloth. So like, it was cute to see Tevin go up there, right? But keeping in mind what Usher had said about his talent, his own talent, right? It makes sense why birds of those kinds of feathers flock together. Girl, get your face some fucking cough drops. We need for the voices to actually do something. So real quick, Lil Nas X, I already know he on tour, he doing his thing, right? So I guess they done did Beyonce's Pure / Honey. Y'all already know what I'm talking about, that song. And they got on stage and was doing their little, you know, trying to take me. Yes, honey. You better vote them. You better vote them. No, I did see some people who are just annoyed. They're like, oh my God, he got on 2 left platforms. I saw one tweet that said that he got on 2 left platforms and basically they pissed. I don't know if they think he don't really know how to vote like that, so why is he doing it on stage, blah, 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 blah. I'm just like, y'all are so miserable. Y'all are so miserable. Y'all are so miserable. It would be one thing if he was not queer or, if, you know what I mean, a queer black person. If he was some straight white person doing that shit on stage, like, that would be one thing, but like, girl, he is a queer black man. Let his ass live, damn. He's not even claiming like he's some legendary girl in ballroom. He's just doing a cute little, you know, like, I don't know. I thought it was cute. He coming to Atlanta. I thought it was cute. He coming to Atlanta, so what's that? I thought it was cute. Something else that I thought was cute was this music video for Persuasive that Doechii released with SZA. And this Persuasive had been out for a minute, right? It's been out for a minute, but Doechii was like, I'm gonna get on here and give you all a video and do what I need to do. And she looks amazing. I love the concept and I love the colors. I think this was my favorite shot in the entire music video. Like, ma'am, you look fucking amazing. Like, what? This hair is so cool. It's just, when I seen that shot, I was like, okay, that's fucking sick. I mean, they was dancing on the pole in like water. It was just really, it's just creative, really cool. I feel like the vibe of the music video matches the song in general. But yeah, not only does Doechii have talent and skill and power as an artist, but she got body. She got body, that's a bad bitch. I love Doechii, but yeah, I just thought I'd tell y'all about that. And speaking of another music video, Megan actually dropped her music video for Ungrateful, and you can see, like, I mean, based off of the trailer that it was like a kind of a trailer for some of the visuals that she had. We saw this big ass hat, like we saw this big ass white hat already, right? It was this whole funeral scene. Y'all gotta watch the video because it was like when she started crying or a tear dropped and the rain started falling, the umbrellas came out, and as soon as that happened, that switch, and she turned, like, her all black outfit turned all white and she started walking. It was just, I'm not gonna explain the entire music video either way, but you know what I mean. I'm just excited. It's Megan, y'all already know. All right, y'all, spring, summer. Shereé did say, it might have been a decade later, but she did say that they were coming September, spring, summer, and it's September now, right? But apparently, finally, She by Shereé is officially out. Now, the issue with this is, look at this shit, $142. Every shirt I'm talking about, and all it says is joggers, 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 and it's $142. Now, it'd be one thing if these hoes were $14, $25, like, okay. But she plastered an emoji, a winking emoji, and said, living my life, didn't even want to throw these hoes in. It's okay if you don't want to iron the shirt, but goddamn, can you at least throw it in the goddamn dryer before you, didn't even want to get the wrinkles out of the shirt. And she said, guess what, I'm going to charge you bitches $142 for these shirts. They are on social media going in. That's all. They're talking about why is She by Shereé more expensive than Aubrey Park. And I'm looking here, and this picture here is killing me. I'm sorry, like, it's killing me. Like, it wouldn't kill me if y'all was selling this shit for $14. But you said $142 for this MySpace picture. You got to yo, get me the fuck out of here. She's bold, she's strong, she's fearless. She's you. And she's broke after spending $142 on that goddamn shirt. And that's not even including fees for shipping and handling, bitch. You about to spend over $150. She's a girl. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say. Next topic, bitch. I'm going to start crying. Wait, real quick before we switch. They did a side-by-side comparison. Oh my God. So yeah, that said, after all the fun and games of this video, I figured it's only right that we at least be updated and aware as to, you know, what's going on in Jackson, Mississippi. The Guardian says the overwhelming majority of people, more than 150,000 in the predominantly black city, have now lost access to safe running water. Most had already been without drinkable water for more than a month, but flooding last weekend caused by weeks of rain further interrupted operations at the city's beleaguered main water plant. Currently, large numbers of people have nothing coming out of their taps. And for those that do, it must be boiled before being consumed. And even then, I saw like pictures of people's tubs being full of water that look brown. City still does have like some lead water pipes, if I'm not mistaken, or lead problems somewhere. Water bill's still high. That's what the residents are saying. It's like, how the water bill high? That's like when the power go out and I don't get no discount. You know what I mean? That's like when a storm take out the power over here, and bitch, it's still the same price. Like, I need at least a couple dollars off this. The fuck is going on? The group Black Voters Matter said on Thursday, at the root of this crisis is systemic racism, the local and state government's intentional negligence to redirect infrastructure funds that could have helped solve this issue years ago. Between 1980 and 2000, Jackson changed from a majority white population to a majority black population. Thousands of white people left the city in the decades after the US Supreme Court forced public schools and facilities to desegregate, gutting Jackson's tax base and reducing investment in infrastructure. Now the city has a population that is 83% black and a poverty level of 25% in a state with an 18.7% poverty level. So yeah, that's crazy. And I think I saw something about Detroit. Obviously, Flint is still going on. And then you combine that with the climate crisis, it's gonna be cities running out of fucking water. And that, what? We already know how that, like, literally just explained how that's like a race issue, systemic issue, but it's actually heinous and disgusting how many issues in this country can easily be solved. Easily be solved. And most times it just takes somebody signing a fucking document, pushing a fucking button. And they don't care about, they do not care about our black asses. Like, that's just it. Money going everywhere. Money's everywhere except where it need to be in this country, and I hate it. So yeah, that's what's going on. Love y'all so much. Thank you so much for watching, and make sure that you have a good goddamn evening.
What I say, if you wanna see tomorrow, your mouth is always open like your motherfucking jaw broke. You couldn't roast me, that's why niggas call me raw hoe. Petty bitch, that's why you sleeping on them hard flows. Suck it up.